Morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Another day, another dollar. Come on in here. Let's talk about it. Good morning. Like, share, and subscribe. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We got some things to get into, some things to talk about. Today will be a great day. Come on in. Come on in. Like, share, and subscribe. We're going to talk about all things Donald J. Trump, President Donald J. Trump. Come on in here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Who else worthy of talking about these days? Come on in. Come on in. I will give you all a minute to come on in, child. I want to make sure my channel ain't shadow banned again. Be up here talking to myself. So I'm going to let some people come on in before I get to it. Come on in. What's up? What's up? Welcome. We got one person in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Where are you located? I am in United States, the USA, in Georgia. It is 8:03 a.m. Welcome. Good morning. Like, share, and subscribe. So, looks like we're at least not shadow banned, so that's good. So, that means it'll be at least one person who's going to hear me talk my talk for the next hour as I take this ride into my office. Come on in. We got some things to talk about. We got some things to talk about. Yesterday, we got into a lot of things on the live about Donald J. Trump, the Epstein files, the Michael Wolff interview, where he was just talking about the details, the information he got from Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, leading up to his death. We got into some things. Everyone wasn't here for what I had to say, per usual. Don't ask me if I care. Don't ask me. Come on in, like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know I'll just be listening. Listen, I'll just come out here to report the news. I ain't make it. I don't make the news. I report the news by design. By design. By design, child. I don't make the news. I report the news. But y'all, people be in their feelings. They be like, chic. I mean, I know that they on some other type of ish out there, but I don't need for you to be telling these people that. I need for you to tell them something else. Can you tell them this and not that? I mean, but that's a lie. I know. Don't worry about that. Just tell them this and not that. Y'all, that's how them other than mainstream networks operate. Y'all think they be caring it's a lie or not? Nope. Because they checks depend on it. But you know who check don't depend on it? Yours truly. Y'all ain't nobody cut me. Hell, YouTube, hell, they ain't even cutting me a check. They shadow banned me on Sunday. They was like, you don't cheat, you don't just you and these damn polls, you and these polls, we can't be doing this. Them numbers ain't looking the way we need them to look. So until then, chill with the polls. Chill with the polls. I mean, that's how I interpret it. Cause I ran my own little poll on my channel on Saturday. Y'all want to know what them numbers looking like? Go check that live out. Go check that live out. I will say my numbers on my poll. I did a poll centered around the Epstein files. I will say my numbers was numbering just like those in the mainstream media, which is basically 50% said it's some bullish. Basically, y'all, that's what my poll said. So I'm like, well, shit. My poll looking like CNN for everybody else poll. Why you mad at me? It was only like a little over 1,000 people that took my little poll. But listen, it is what it is. How many of y'all come on in here, y'all? It's 103 of y'all in here. Like this doggone video. Y'all know I be going in. Listen, y'all watch President Trump up there with them people at the World Cup, the finals, handing them they trinkets and they medals and they trophy. Did y'all see two things? We're gonna talk about two things. Donald J. Trump is the gift that keep on giving. So we gonna first talk about this picture. I seen last night. I'm sure I was part of the replay gang, so I was watching it with my husband, and I seen Trump out there. This is coming off of the day before where I seen they had booed him. I said, okay, so he's on stage, y'all, presenting them. I guess Chelsea, is that how you pronounce it? They won. Forgive me if I effed it all up with the pronunciation, but that's how it looked like. Just it spelled like Chelsea Clinton name, so we're gonna call it Chelsea. So he up there on the stage and he's celebrating like he got him a jersey too with a number on the back, 00. And so I'm like, all right, okay, Trump, we see you. I was a little confused. I'm like, well, US didn't win, but I don't know, y'all. I don't be watching soccer like that. So I don't know if, like, do our US president always be wherever up there with the people? I don't know. I don't know, because MAGA, like, listen, this is a sign of how much he is loved. So he up there with the people, y'all, giving them their little, they trophies, they medals, whatever it is. So he's celebrating with them, y'all. I told you he's celebrating with them like he an honorary, like he got him a jersey too that got 00 on the back. So I'm like, okay, so that's what I saw yesterday. So I'm like, cool. Then today I wake up where somebody sent me the picture and they talking about, listen, them Chelsea folks tried to tell him, get the hell on, we need to take our picture. But he didn't want to go nowhere. They tried to elbow him. They tried to, you know how you like, listen, Linda, listen, I want to get this picture. I really want to get this picture with my people, but you still here. You still here, but I don't want you here no more. So they said that he wasn't getting the signs, the nudges that said, hey, I then player, you can go now, go now, go now. So they did. So you have this picture with President Donald Trump in the picture with the team. Everybody happy, smiles, holding the trophy. Bet. Then you got this other picture with President Trump cropped out. They was like, you know what? He didn't F the picture up. He didn't F the picture up. But that's all right. We're in a time. We're in the era of AI. That's all right. That's all right. Chat GPT, we need your help. We phoning a friend. I'm going to need for you to revise this group photo. I'm going to need a version that ain't got him. You understand that, Chat GPT? I need a version that don't have him. And they Chat GPT / AI delivered. So the meme I have, or whatever, I'm calling it a meme because it was a side by side. You got the picture of the team, the same picture with Donald J. Trump. So it's just like this open gap where his body was. And then next to it, you got the original picture with him in it. I said, hell no. Y'all, it's a real photo. My first thought was like, AI ain't ish. Hey, these folks ain't ish, because y'all know people will make up some stuff in a minute. Some of y'all might be like, sheep, that ain't real. That ain't real. They didn't take that man out the picture. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just know. I woke up this morning. The first thing I seen in my iPhone was 2 pictures. One with Donald J. Trump and the winning team for the World Cup, Chelsea, and one without Donald J. Trump. And it was the same picture. It was just him removed. So are y'all saying the petty people, the demos, who took Trump out the picture? This is what we're gonna call this. We're gonna call this Trump World Cup Gate. We're gonna call it Trump World Cup Gate. Trump World Cup Gate. Did Chelsea really remove Trump from their picture? did they really say, move, get out the way, get up? Was they really on a ludicrous? I don't know. Was Chelsea really on a ludicrous? Like, if you don't get out my, have y'all ever tried to get a photo and like you got people in the background or somebody you don't want, and you be like, if they don't get they out the way so I can get this picture, Have y'all ever experienced that? Because they saying that's what Chelsea, that's how they felt. They was like, you don't, they didn't try to help. Listen, they tried it. And Trump was like, shit, we here. We here. We here. We all took this W. I know this ain't the USA, but I'm the king of all land. Your win is my win. My win is my win. Your win is my win. Y'all see how that worked? So I said, so that was number one. That was number one, centered around the World Cup. Let's talk about problem number two. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Is President Trump thieving? I seen a picture where, and I wasn't even going to look for this. Y'all, I was going to look for the details pertaining to the picture where he was cropped out. I'm like, I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see if this is real. So I went to Beyonce internet, and the first thing to pop up is, y'all, Trump caught stealing a medal as he goes on stage to hand the winning team, their medal. I said, what? I know y'all effing lie. I know y'all effing lie. What do you mean? Child, why is it like he walking up there and he got the medal in his hand, and then you see him slowly like sliding it in his inner pocket? I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all, go look this ish up. I said, well, so he walking and he has the medal, and you see him kind of slide it in his hand. I mean, in his coat pocket. And I said, well, damn. So y'all know they say undefeated, the internet, NYPD, FBI, y'all need a case solved. Y'all, who be solving these cases out here? Y'all know ain't nobody record better than the internet. That's why they say, y'all ever heard the saying, the internet is undefeated? The internet is undefeated. What they say, don't be putting your business on the internet, because the internet is forever, ever. The internet is undefeated. So they said, Lord, the people done got them zoomed in. Y'all know I done told y'all we in the era of AI tech. The people then zoomed in and said, I know you effing lying. Did he just slide that medal in his coat? When they talked to Trump, Trump was like, listen, I got the real silverware at the office anyway. Trump is saying that trophy that he presented to the winning team, y'all know that big, beautiful trophy. I think it was gold, beautiful trophy. I was wondering if it was heavy. Trump said it ain't real, it's a replica. So I'm like, well, Trump is saying, listen, that trophy that I presented, he said that ain't real. He was like, what you mean it ain't real? He was like, it's not real, it's a replica. He was like, they had me to present the replica. Well, where the real one? In my office. In your office, yes. The president of FIFA, Gianni, what's his name? That man's name is Gianni Infantino. He said, yeah, Gianni Infantino back in March gave it to me. And they were like, so he was like, he asked Gianni, like, yo, okay, well, how long you want me to hold this? Gianni said, shit, forever. We gonna get a new one. Y'all, this is, y'all, I told y'all when I come out here with this tea, I don't be lying. It be out here. I just be moving around trying to see something. I'm a content creator. What the hell else I'm supposed to do on this long ass ride to the office? I'll research some things. I'll come out here and I tell y'all the tea. This how this ish work. Like, really, this like, it ain't deep over here. Y'all, he was like, yeah, he was like, man, he was like, Gianni was like, you can forever, like, that's yours. We gonna get a new one anyway. Trump like, bet. He said right now in the Oval Office, he has the real trophy. He said he got the real trophy. So, just trying to tell y'all. I don't know if you know, if in the background, next time he in the Oval Office, we try to look around, see if you can see something. See if you can see something, because he said it's sitting in the Oval Office. It's like, all right then, player. If you say so. Now, I ain't see in the write-up any talks about where he done slid that doggone, him commenting on sliding that metal in his jacket. So I don't know if they had a conversation with him about that. But you can see on the internet when you go look it up. Because if you type in Um, I think I initially just typed in Chelsea and then soccer. Like it was like the first article that came up. It came up, yeah, that, and then you had the one with the World Cup, Trump Gate is what I call it. The World Trump Gate. Did they really Photoshop Trump out of that photo? Because that is diabolical. They like on the internet it's reading as though Chelsea they did that. It wasn't like the people who pissed off at him. They saying like no, like they were like, hell, we don't want him in our photo. He ain't a part of the team. Hell, he ain't even a part of our country. Like he got to go. He got to go. So he went. So he went. So go on the internet. You can see that with the two photos. And then you will see the part where it's going to talk about the article where Trump is saying Trump seen sliding the metal in his coat pocket. No lies told. Good morning. Double tap the screen, like the video. No lies told. Listen, yesterday, who caught the live yesterday? I know there's a lot of people pissed off, mad about all that I had to say yesterday, but it's okay. People gonna be okay because I come out here, I share the information. People don't like the information I share, but they ain't got nothing to do with me. I move around, I learn different information, and I come onto my channel, my little piece of the internet, and we get into some things. We talk about it. And yesterday, I talked a lot about an interview that journalist Michael Wolff did, but I couldn't remember the exact name of the YouTube channel where he did the interview because I really think you all should go check it out because Michael Wolff, he's a journalist. He's wrote multiple books on Donald J. Trump. He's probably written the most books on Donald J. Trump, or he's the biggest known author for books on Donald J. Trump. But Michael Wolff, he's something out there in the world of journalism. Allegedly, Trump can't stand him. Uh, but Michael did an interview on the YouTube channel called The Midas Touch. So if you're interested in hearing what Michael Wolff had to say about Jeffrey Epstein, because leading up to Jeffrey Epstein's death or arrest, let me just say that, leading up to Jeffrey Epstein's second arrest, Michael Wolff was having like meetings with him and uh, making notes, recording conversations, doing all of that because Jeffrey Epstein wanted him to write a book on him. Y'all follow me? So yesterday I was sharing some information about the interview. It would behoove you. Definitely recommend you to go look for the interview. The YouTube channel is called The Midas Touch. That's spelled MEIDAS and then the word touch. Um, so that's the YouTube channel. The podcast is called Legal AF. So it's the Legal AF podcast, but the YouTube channel is Midas Touch. So if you want to hear what that man had to say, because he was saying some stuff, he was telling all the business. He was telling all the business. I saw something today when I was researching him some more. Michael Wolff said he probably was the last person that heard from Jeffrey Epstein. He was like, I think I was the last person that probably heard from him because he said he had talked to him. Because I told y'all leading up to his arrest, he had been meeting with him quite regularly because Jeffrey wanted him to write a book on him. He said he wasn't interested, but Jeffrey kept like, no, I mean, I got some issue you want to hear. Like it would behoove you to come holler at me because I promise you it's going to be worth your while. So Michael, like, I think, bet, hell, what you got to say? What you got to talk about? So Michael went and met with him the first time. As I said yesterday, Bill Gates was present. Michael continued to show up because he was seeing some things. He was hearing some things. He was getting all the tea. So he kept going. So he says he had like hundreds of hours of like conversations, recorded like conversations and things with Jeffrey Epstein. He was like, but nobody's interested in him putting the book out though. But he didn't say who the people he was asking. Because I'm like, okay, are they the potential creeps who was kind of playing in this game with Epstein who don't want the book coming out, or is it just the general population? Because I don't see why the general population wouldn't want to hear what Jeffrey Epstein had to say to Michael Wolff. Would y'all be interested? I'm gonna ask y'all today. Would you all be interested in Michael Wolff putting out a book about his conversations with Jeffrey Epstein? Would y'all be interested? Because he was like, he always get is people be like, no. Let me know in the comments. But he didn't say who the people were who would say no, I don't want it out. But I feel like the regular folks, regular folks, would be interested in hearing what he has to say. So he said he got all this information. So he did an interview on the YouTube channel, The Midas Touch, with the podcast Legal AF. And he was like, yo, so again, back to the comment. He said, I think I was the last one to talk to him. He was like, because Jeffrey, y'all know he died while he was in police custody. He was like, I don't know if Jeffrey had died on a Saturday or he had just talked to him on a Saturday. Jeffrey might have died on a Saturday. But he was like, I had a conversation with him. I talked to him on the phone and I said, how are you doing? And he said, Jeffrey's response was, I'm still hanging around. I'm still hanging around. So he was like, I just feel like Jeffrey didn't off himself. He feels like it was some people who came and kind of, helped him along the way to cross over. He was like, because I guess when you think about the response, it's just like, he just feel like maybe Jeffrey probably, maybe what I'm picking up, because it didn't say this part in the article, but what I'm picking up is that he feels like Jeffrey kind of felt like he wasn't in the safest place. But what do? You can feel uneasy, but when you locked up, like, what do? You just like, you just feeling the vibes of like, this don't seem right. I just feel like, and so what I pick up, what I'm getting is that it seems like Michael Wolff feels like Jeffrey felt like something wasn't quite right, and them folks, they was trying to come at him. Something wasn't right. He wasn't, kind of like, I guess maybe he was maybe trying to sleeping with one eye shut and one eye open, because he just knew that he was in a tough spot. But like I said, what do? You locked up, you caught these charges. So next thing you know, he said he learns that allegedly, I don't know. We want to say alleged. I think we might say allegedly, because a lot of people don't believe that he offed himself. I personally don't believe he offed himself. But listen, in the interview, they like believe he offed himself. He said because a person can't break their own neck. He was like, if that was the case, we'd all be doing it. That was his. Those were his words. Remember, they say Jeffrey Epstein, his neck was broken. But also, the last I knew, they still had not released the autopsy. The autopsy still had not been released. They just released some footage that a lot of people don't even think that, it's the complete video footage, because what they say, there's a minute, 60 seconds left. I'm sorry, missing. A lot of people think that it's like, it's not showing everything because there's like a minute missing. So they're like, well, I need all the minutes. I need not some of the minutes. I need all the minutes. I need all the minutes. So there's this minute missing. And I heard Caroline, because y'all know Caroline. One thing Caroline gonna do, she gonna try to spin some ish. I heard Caroline try her best to make sense of that missing minute. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me. So there's this minute that's missing. I don't think they didn't came back out and provided that minute. So he's like, yo, nah, this minute off itself. Yeah, somebody came up in there and just kind of pushed him along the way. So this is how Michael Wolff feels. This is how Michael Wolff feels. He was like, um, it was bad blood between Jeffrey Epstein and Donald J. Trump. He said it was bad blood. He said it was bad blood between them. And it started from when prior to when Epstein got arrested the first time. And what, 2005, 6-ish, or sometime around that time, the earlier 2000s. I don't know the timeline exact, the number. I know it's the earlier 2000s, but Jeffrey had gotten arrested. Um, that was the first time he got arrested, but clearly he got out. And then he got arrested the second time, which is when, allegedly he committed suicide while he was locked up. So, according to journalist Michael Wolff, he said when he met with Epstein was like, listen, Trump is the one who put them feds on me, them folks on me. Trump was dry snitching. Trump is the one. He did it. He did it. He the one who dropped the dime on me. He said Donald Trump did it. It's like, well, why? Why would he do that? He was like, because I got upset with him because he effed me over behind a real estate deal. Word? Yeah, he effed me over behind a real estate deal. I didn't appreciate it. I let him know how I felt. And as a result, Trump went and, went to the police and, told whatever. And next thing you know, they came up They came rolling up on me. And I had to claim, I had them cuffs on me. So he's saying that's how it went down. So if you want to know the detail, everything, go find that interview. But he was like, yeah, he was like, Trump did it. He's like, I don't F with Trump. He's like, Trump is not, basically, he's not loyal to anybody. He's just not loyal. I don't F with Trump. And you know who else he said don't F with Trump? Steve Bannon. Michael Wolff said Steve Bannon would be at the house with him and Epstein where they would be having conversations. Yes, yours truly, Steve Bannon. Yours truly, Steve Bannon. He was like, Steve Bannon and Jeffrey Epstein couldn't stand Donald Trump. They both didn't like him. They didn't like him. They did not like the man. And he was like, Jeffrey had no problem just spilling the tea. Like, he just wanted to talk. Because at this point, he was like, hell, I guess I ain't got nothing to lose. He was like, I ain't got nothing to lose. So, if you're interested in the hearsay, go check out the interview. Because I'm just repeating what was in the interview. I'm just repeating what was in the interview. So if you want to know what was in that interview, go check it out on the YouTube channel, The Midas Touch, with Legal AF Podcast. So, and watch, I will say, listen to the interview. The man, Michael Wolff, sound very credible and genuine. Very. He sold a lot of books. Look into him. I think he's about 71 years old. Get into him. Get into him. He's a journalist. Get into him. He sold a lot of books. So somebody running around believing the hearsay. This man has sold a lot of books. He's out there. He's out there. He's something. Hopefully his security is tight. I hear that he say, he got his security, his team on lock. I hope it's tighter than Beyonce's, because they done got her for all her little stuff in here in Atlanta. But anyway, so Michael Wolff was like, listen, I got the tea. As of right now, there is no plans to put a book out, but who knows? Who knows? He might be working on one right now. We don't know. And maybe before his final days, he just gonna bam and he gonna drop it. You just never know. Because he got the receipt, he got the proof, he got the receipts, the notes from the sit down. It's like he got it. I mean, it's there. He's talking. So my thing is, hell, if you going around talking, doing interviews about it, go ahead, because it really doesn't hurt him to put a book out. Like, if you don't want to read or know what's in the book, what, you just don't read the book, right? Don't buy the book. So I feel like him putting a book out, I don't really feel like it would negatively impact his career. Hell, the man's 71 years old. He done damn came here to do what he was supposed to do here on this earth. He's 71. He on his way out. So my thing is, I don't feel like he got anything to lose. Hell, put the book out. Put the book out. Or at least write it. And then, before you cross over, hit that button, send, however you do it. But I'm like, put it out, because I feel like the regular people want to know, just like the regular people wants to see about these Epstein files. People want to know because people are tired of the lies. People are tired of the secrets. People are tired of the rich and elite just doing the absolute most, doing what they want to do, being able to get away with it just because they subscribe to red or they subscribe to blue. People are tired. And I don't really feel like the I don't know, just Trump, but politicians, but we just say Trump because he's the president of the United States. I don't really feel like he truly understands where people are at this point in time when it comes to wanting to know the real deal Holyfield. People are tired of the lies and the secrecy. People are tired. The veil has been lifted. Cat Williams said a year ago that, listen, the veil has been lifted. Everything is coming out. Diddy, everything. Y'all notice like people, the lies, the truth is coming out on everything. People like F that. F that. You've been lying to me all my life. I had to fight. You've been lying to me all these years. I'm tired. I'm tired. Just tell me the truth. Stop playing these games. That's the energy that people around the world, in particularly the US, have. So Jono, as he go around talking, or I'm hearing that he's talking to his cabinet, he's telling them, yo, don't entertain it. Move around. Listen, sir, I need for you and your team to understand that just because you may choose to not make something the center of discussion, it doesn't mean that people aren't still talking about it. See, here's the thing with what I feel like when it comes to Donald Trump. Donald, he has his cabinet. He can control them. He's the president. But you know who he cannot control? The American people. He can't control the American people as a collective. So guess what? These people out here in these streets screaming from the rooftops, let's see the files. Let's see the files. And guess what? He can't do anything about it. There is nothing he can do about it. There's nobody he can fire. He can't fire me. Like, there's nothing he can do about it. And he's upset about that because it's almost like this is one of those rare times in his life that he doesn't have control. He don't have control. And that in some for someone like him, that's not a good feeling because he's used to having a control, being able to spin things, being able to redirect. But this is one of those situations to where all that he's been able to do in the past, he can't do that this time around. He can't do it. Y'all, Pam Bondi did a press conference yesterday. Anybody see that? I was listening to something yesterday evening when I was heading home from the office, and someone said, yeah, Pam's going to talk and do a press conference. Everybody's talking about these Epstein files. So a lot of people naturally thought that she was going to get up there and talk about it. So many people are calling for her to be fired, her to resign, whatever. They saying fire her. Me personally, I don't subscribe to her being fired because I don't feel like she's doing anything that the president, her boss, did not want her to do. He's the head, he's in charge. I don't feel like she's out here doing these things on her own. I feel like she's been moving based off of direction, based off of instruction, like many of us do when we report to somebody. She's no different. Her check is signed by somebody else too, just like most of ours is. And so I feel like she was doing her job based off of her directive. So that's on that. So they're like, oh, Pam's going to do a press conference. All right, bet. Let me go find this conference because I was trying to see if I can catch the live, but it had already kind of played. Bet. So it was about like right underneath 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, it's all dark and stuff. I don't know what kind of mood setting they was trying to have. But I'm like, all right, then, let's see what Pam talking about. Pam, what you got to say? Because you couldn't tell me that she wasn't finna get up there and start talking about the Epstein files. Because remember, the people want to know why she said they were on her desk. People, because the explanation she given thus far, people wasn't, they were like, okay, you got to come better than that. So we at the press conference. Some guy introduces her, just raving about how great she is, whatever. I'm like, all right, then, player, you can move to the left. Go on to the left. Pam Bondi, go ahead. We need you to step to the front of the congregation. So Pam steps to the front of the congregation. She starts thanking the guy for thanking her. All right, then. She all talking slow like she at church Easter Sunday. Like, you know how you got the person who don't normally get up there to the pulpit and say something? That was Pam in the mouse whisper. She wasn't saying nothing with her chest like we used to. So it was a different version of Pam I've ever seen. So she up there talking, saying nothing at this point. So then she starts introducing this woman on the side of her. Because one thing Pam gonna do, she gonna have somebody who a victim mama up there. Pam gonna go find a mama. Pam gonna get their mama up there. So everybody gonna be crying to get. You got Pam and then the mama over there. So she has somebody mama over there on the side of her. As she proceeds to talk about some arrests and things centered around, I think, drugs, fentanyl, all of that. So I'm like, okay, okay. So we not talking about Epstein files. We talking about more arrests. Is this what we talking about? I said, all right, then, forget what you said. Let me go to these comments because I was tussling with some of y'all in the comments yesterday because as I proceeded to say that the people as a collective, regardless of what team, color, gang, club you subscribe to, people basically was in an agreement that the files need to be released. People didn't like that I said that just because they didn't give a dang. They don't care. I'm like, that may be you, but as a collective, people care. You can get into the comments on any YouTube channel that's talking about the Epstein files, and 90% of the comments are going to be centered around dissatisfaction of how the Trump administration has handled the Epstein files thus far. What do I say? Don't argue with me, argue with your mama. So that was the message yesterday. Check out the video if you didn't. It was over 30,000 people who caught that message. So today, yesterday, I told y'all Pam was up there with somebody mama crying about what somebody done to her child. This is what Pam do. So I'm in the comments and I'm like, okay, let me see what these people got to say. Because y'all, I'm doing testing still. I'm still doing my testing to support yesterday's message. Check it out if you missed it. I get in the comments. Surprise, surprise. People going in. They ain't giving a dang about what this woman is saying about fentanyl. They don't give a. Them people was like, F what you heard. I don't care what you saying. Listen, where the files at? You ain't saying ish. Where the files at? Oh, you caring about this woman child and got impacted and passed away over fentanyl? No, what I'm gonna need for you to care about these kids that was a victim of Epstein and them creeps that were so-called clients of his. I thought to myself, my. Sheik was right again. And y'all, I don't come out here on my channel, on my little piece of the internet on some type of stuff. Oh, I'm right. I know it all. What I tell you all is that I come out here to bring information that I'm grabbing from these different places to speak on, to say, yo, this is what the streets are saying. This is how people are feeling out here. And people are, as a collective, are not happy with the handling of the situation with the Epstein files. I told my husband, I said, you know what, these people, and my husband is a rider for Trump. That man can't do no wrong. He is a ride or die. When I say ride or die, on some set it off type stuff, my husband is a ride or die for Trump. So I'm like, yo, honey, it seems like right now, Pam Bondi could literally go in a burning building, save 10 babies, come out, and people still gonna be like, I see what you did, but let's talk about saving the kids who have been victims of trafficking, like with those who were a part of Epstein's shenanigans. You see what I'm saying? People will always circle back around to these Epstein files, no matter what anybody from that administration says, no matter how they slice it or dice it. They don't care what type of awards or accolades they are getting. People want this information. It's not going away. And it's so apparent. And for anybody to not see this, I don't know what the freak to tell you. because Stevie Wonder can see that this ish ain't going away. People are like, F what you talking about. I need to see the files. You can literally see a video and Trump talking about immigration, talking about Homeland Security, talking about dismantlement of Department of Education, all of that. In the comments, you will see it flooded with where's the Epstein files. Y'all, I'm not making this ish up. Try it and test it. Try it for yourself. Homework for today. If you are a subscriber to my channel, I affectionately refer to my subscribers as honor students because we are lifetime learners. We elevate, we rise to the occasion. We don't go down here to be, we require those to come up here to us. And guess what? I always say, what do I say, honor students? Smart people ask questions. Asking all them questions. We ask questions. We don't give a damn how somebody feel about it either. We ain't gonna let you come and just tell us anything and play in our face because what we said don't make you feel warm and fuzzy. Y'all, this channel isn't about trying to make you feel warm and fuzzy. This channel is about presenting to you what's out there, the tea, what's being presented as the facts. Like this is what I do, and then we talk about it. We talk about it. This is what I do over here. It's rooted in that. So if this ain't the type of time you on, oh, there's plenty of other channels out there you can move around to. But if you want some type of truth type stuff, like let's talk about it type stuff, this is the place to be. Welcome. Like, share, and subscribe. My name is Chic. My channel is Chic Speaks On It. It's one of two channels I have. This is my second channel where I talk all things politics. If you want to hear what the hell I got to say about all the other shenanigans popping off in the world, follow me on my second channel, which is Chic Speaks. Which was my very first YouTube channel. This channel is now larger than that channel, as you can see why. Because we talking about some real ish over here. So if you want to talk about some real ish, the stuff that's going down in these political streets, this is where you need to be. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to know what I got to say about Diddy and all the other shenanigans, whatever else is popping off that damn just like whatever, then that's where you can find me on my other channel, Chic Speaks. So you have Chic Speaks on It, which is what you're following, right, watching me on, and then you have Chic Speaks. I don't know if I got any moderators in here right now. Y'all done wore them out, y'all. Y'all worked my moderators to death yesterday. I heard it was rough and tough in the chat yesterday, but it's cool though. So yeah, like we talk about real stuff over here. This is just what we do over here. I don't know no other way. I don't know how to do it no other way. So I come to you all and I present to you all what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is that the people don't give a dang about how Trump is trying to move around from this, because word on the curb is that he's telling the people in his cabinet, hey, yeah, don't talk about it no more, move around. So apparently Dan Bongino, remember last week they said he walked off the job. Him and Pam Bondi got into it because he was not happy with how Pam had been handling this situation with these Epstein files, and he wanted her to release the files. You all, I heard so Dan Bongino, prior to him joining Trump's cabinet, he has like a popular podcast. And so I had never even heard of this man before until he joined, Trump's cabinet. So apparently, he's already really popular. So he has a podcast, and on his podcast, I think back in February it was, he said that he will never stop asking for the Epstein files. So I say all this to say is that he's in a tough spot, because I done told y'all he has a huge following. I'm going to say it got to be in the millions, because they say he has, he was a big podcaster. So I'm going to say his following is somewhere in the millions. So just February, before he took his position, because I think he took his position maybe around March, I heard the video where he was like, I will never back off of this and stop asking for whatever. So fast forward to now. Just last week, remember, they're saying that him and Pam Bondi got into a heated argument in front of company. So he left, and then he didn't show up to work Friday, but allegedly he came back to work Monday. But he had a conversation with Trump, and I think their agreement was, all right, then when he come back to work, He wasn't going to talk about it anymore. But here's the thing, you all. Dan, I think his name is Dan Bongino. He's not going to forever be in politics. One day, I would imagine he's expecting that he's going to be going back to podcasting. Do you all feel that them same million followers, them supporters that he has right now, who has supported him heavily when he said it with his chest, I will never give up on this and stop asking to see those files. Do you all feel like those people will continue to be riders for him if he continues to stay working underneath the Trump administration while being quiet and the files not being released? That's the question I have for you all, because I don't think his supporters will continue to follow him if he don't stand 10 toes down on screaming from the rooftop, let's see these files. Because I think as long as he keep making noise, his people are going to still support him. But the moment he gets quiet and acquiesce and fall in line, they're gone. They're gone like J.D. Vance's future political career as a president is gone. Y'all cannot make me believe that one day somebody will vote J.D. Vance as the president of the U.S. coming off of this. Mm-mm. This Epstein-ish have messed up almost, I'm going to say probably all the Republicans' future when it comes to politics, damn near. At least the ones who were surrounded by Trump, because people don't trust they don't trust him. And then now people like Cash Patel or J.D. Vance, they're now saying, all right then, boys and girls, there's nothing to see. Move around. Huh? Over the weekend, I went through old tweets, interviews and things of both J.D. Vance and Cash Patel prior to Trump's second term, where they both were talking about how they feel like there is something to see, and that the Biden administration was on some type of other type of stuff, playing some games with acting like there was nothing to show. But they was like, that's all right, because when a Republican get in, when Trump get in, he gonna fix all that, and he gonna drop them receipts like they was saying it with their chest, just like Dan Bongino was saying it with his chest just back in February. He's the most recent one who was saying it with his chest. JD was saying it back in October when he did an interview. Who he did was he probably interviewed I think with Tucker Carlson. That was like October. So that was before Trump got the vote in November. JD was like, basically, of course, there's something to see. He was thinking like the vast majority of the American people. And then Cash Patel, even earlier than that, was like, yeah, like, of course, there's something to see. So they both then went from, of course, there's something to see, to move around, boys and girls, there's nothing to see. That's that issue I'm talking about. So Dan, I think Dan is, of all of them, is the one that's giving really the most thought to his credibility and his following. And I think that's why he's really in his feelings and emotional about it, because he knows what he has said to his following, his supporters, his people, the promises. And he's sitting on, damn, how are they going to view me if I let this just go? How are they going to look at me? Are they going to trust me? Are they going to find me credible anymore? I really think that he's thinking like that in a way that the other ones aren't. And rightfully so. I think he's thinking about life when he leaves that position he's in. He's still going to need to make a living, right? I would imagine he makes probably 6 to 7 figures from his podcast. So it will behoove him to think beyond these 4 years. He don't seem that old where he's about to be in retirement that much sooner, like by the time he's leaving the White House. No, it's given that he's still going to need to collect a check. It's given that he wants to still collect a check after he leaves the White House. So I think he's thinking about his future, like, damn, having to come out here on my podcast, on this internet, and talk to these people and say it with my chest. when this is popping off and I'm not staying 10 toes down like I promised them that I would. I feel like he's feeling like the Trump administration got him looking crazy, and he don't appreciate that. I feel like he's somebody who's like, yo, like my name means everything to me. My name means everything to me. This is a problem. So it's going to come down to how long will Dan Bongino be able to sleep at night while still holding his position underneath the Trump administration. That's what it's going to come down to. That is what it's going to come down to. Will he be able to sleep at night knowing what he knows, moving the way he's moving? We're only halfway through we're halfway through the first year, so we still got 3.5 more years to go. Pam said, what, yesterday or recently? She said, people calling for her to be fired, quit, whatever. She was like, I'm not going anywhere. As long as Trump wants me to be here, I'm going to be here. And you all, I don't see him firing her. Not for this, I don't know what the future holds if she do something that he may feel that's worthy enough to give her pink slip, her walking papers. But I don't think this is going to be it. I don't think this is going to be it. And the reason why, y'all know he came out with like on Monday saying warm and fuzzy things about her, talking about how great she is and all this and that. He said nice things about her and Dan. But he really was putting it on thick for her because people are mostly putting the heat on her than Dan. And I think it's because she's the one who came out talking about what she was going to do, and she didn't stand on it. She didn't stand on business. Plus her position, her seat is given that it's higher than Dan's. So people not really looking at Dan any type of way. They're looking at Pam with the side eye. And Trump knows that Pam ain't doing anything more than what he directed her to do. So to me, he need to be coming out here saying nice things about her if she's in this position because of what he told her to do. Like, I truly feel like, now mind you, she's a grown woman. She could have said, no, I'm not doing that. It would have, I'm sure, likely cost her job. But life's about choices. But no, she chose to say, all right, then, President, this is what you want me to do. This is how you want me to move. All right, then, bet. You going to back me? You going to support me? Yeah, I got you, Pam. All right, then, bet. And I think that's what we're seeing playing out. The agreement was, hey, I'm going to go out here, say what you want me to say, and you going to back me. What more do you need? Like, normally that's how I go. Somebody be like, all right, then, you want me to do what? Okay. And what you say you're going to do? I'm going to do this. All right, you going to stand on? Yeah, I'm going to stand on that. You don't trust me? So Pam was like, all right, then, bet. I trust you. I'm going to go out here and do this, and I'm going to trust you going to back me. And that is what I feel like we're seeing playing out. A support to one another from a promise, a pinky swear made in the Oval Office. I feel like this is what's playing out. So people are mad calling for her job, but I'm like, y'all really mad at your president, but you don't want to come out saying nothing. You don't want to come out bad mouthing him because he's the president. So you would rather bad mouth the minions. You'd rather punch down than punch up. I see what y'all doing. Y'all know dang well none of these people out here moving on their own accord. Y'all know these people got bosses just like most of you do. Don't do that. Don't act like these people out here moving on their own accord. That's like a supervisor firing somebody, but you mad at the supervisor, but you didn't dismiss the manager who gave them the directive. A supervisor ain't running around making that call on their own. Don't they got levels? They still got to go through the manager. Then you still got to engage HR. It's a whole conversation had. It is a whole conversation had. But you just want to isolate it just to the supervisor? Mm-mm. But people will play mind games with themselves just to fit their own narrative. People just do that. As you know, I don't do that. Listen, I just want, listen, I want you to be real with me. I'm be real with you. I come out here, I tell y'all what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, and that's on that. I give my little opinion based off of that, but it's nothing made up that I come out to report to you all. I give you my opinion on it, but my opinion is surrounding what's being put out there. You all can go out there and do your own general search. It ain't that deep. It's just basic. Go to YouTube and just hit the button for news. Everything that I be saying, it's coming up there. Like, it's not that deep, y'all. It's just that somebody who's interested in news and politics are going to do what some of you all don't do because you're not interested in. So I get it. So just know that I'm doing things that many of you don't care to do. Hey, how about that? You're welcome. I just go and hear what the hell they got to say, and I come back and tell y'all. I be dry snitching on them. I come back and tell y'all, listen, y'all, this is what they saying. I be in the comments because I like to get in the comments because it lets me know how the people are thinking. Because y'all know the news, they be bought and paid for. They be owned by these brands. So you take that with a grain of salt. But what I do, I get in the comments and I want to hear what the regular, everyday people like me and many of you are saying. And that's where I learn a lot of information. It's no different than, say, me seeing, when I'm able to get in the chat and, and see you all's comments. I'm hearing what y'all got to say. So I'm hearing what they got to say, and I'll come back. And that's why I say, as a collective, the American people are not happy with how the Trump administration is handling this situation centered around the Epstein files, rightfully so. They're not. And this is not and it's not going away. The conversation isn't going away. You all, I don't know what would happen, what can make the news for the conversation to go away. Like, because I even feel like, let's just say the news is centered around Trump going, meeting his maker, whatever. I still think the conversation is still going to be had how they felt about how he handled the Epstein files. This is part of now going to be part of his legacy. Part of his legacy. Y'all let me know in the chat. Do you agree? Do you feel like his handling of these Epstein files is a part of his legacy now with how he's handled it? It's not a part of Biden's, because as people are talking about it, they're not really connecting Biden's name to it. They're connecting Trump's name to it, because Trump's whole campaign, it was ran on how he was going to handle this situation centered around the Epstein files if he were to be voted president of the United States of America. That is why this is such big news. And when he say y'all still talking about it, and it's like, well, hell, you and your whole team was talking about it to get the vote, even after you got in, even after the inauguration, like, it's been a conversation. So don't do that and act like, what's up, Dr. J? I see you in here working. Good morning. Don't act like we're talking about something that it wasn't too long ago you and your cabinet weren't talking about. That was heavily the reason why many people voted for Donald Trump. I think the number one was immigration, which was my reason. Y'all know immigration was just out of control. We need to get it under control, get these borders under control. And then the second big reason was these Epstein files. Now, the Epstein files wasn't it for me as far as my most important thing, on the docket for what I wanted him to handle. But once Pam Bondi started talking about releasing them, that's when I'm like, oh, bet. And I just held her to that. Which is what people are doing. They're like, yo, we just want to see you deliver on what you said. J.D. Vance didn't say that. Trump didn't say that. Dan Bongino didn't say that. You said they're on, quote, my desk. You said I plan to be releasing them by on a Thursday. How many Thursdays have come and went since she made that statement? How many Thursdays have come and went? So don't play that. Don't do that by planting our face on, oh, y'all still on that? Oh, that ain't what I meant. Stop it. Stop it. None of y'all are dumb. Are you dumb? None of these people are dumb. These are smart people. These are smart people. These are people who think they're smarter than me and you. These are people who think they're smarter than me and you. And American people are like, we tired of you trying to play on our top. We're tired of you trying to play us crazy. We see what you doing. We been seeing what you doing. And now the time is here that we calling you on your ish. And we don't care how much money you got. We don't care no more. We're tired. We don't care no more. We're tired. We're tired. And this is the energy that you're getting from the American people. People are tired. This is what tired looks like. When you like, you know what? I'm tired of the excuses. There's always an excuse as to why something hasn't been done, why it can't be done. Someone mentioned yesterday, I was y'all, because I move around, I listen to all these different news outlets, and someone, I think they say he was a former attorney for Epstein. He was an attorney. He might have been a former attorney of Epstein. It was just a brief clip or whatever I was listening to of an interview he was doing with a journalist. And he said that there's legal things taking place centered around those files, and that it's not in Pam Bondi's and Trump's control to be able to release them because of the litigation that's tied to it. So then the journalist, the person who was reporting on it, was just like, well, if that was the case, why hadn't they come out and just said that? Because we hadn't heard the Trump administration come out and say, well, the reason why it hasn't been released or this, that, and the third is because it's out of our hands, that is someone else controlling. That's not what they said. They just said it don't exist. There's nothing to see. That's a difference. There is a difference. So I don't believe that there's anything out there that's outside of Trump. Trump he holds the highest seat of the land, the highest seat in the US. I do not feel like there's some court, some lower level court that's got the paperwork that's saying, oh, no, it cannot be released. No. Y'all, we see President Trump do what he want to do when we do know the courts be saying nah. How often we see that? Trump gonna do what he want to do, right? And as someone said, that when I've been listening to just the different reports, if Trump wanted this information out, it would be out. He's Donald J. Trump. He's the president. If Trump wanted this information out, it would be out. Do you all think Ghislaine Maxwell will be getting out? Ghislaine's like, listen, I'm willing to go before Congress, testify, whatever, tell y'all what y'all need to know if you let me out. Pardon me. But my thing is, there's always strings attached. And I feel like for that to take place, there is something that she will have to do for the government. And it's going to be either centered around her silence, or if she does speak, she's going to speak what the government wants her to speak. So if there are names, if there is a list, it's going to be one that's drawn up by the powers that be. That's all I'm saying. I honestly do not feel like we will ever get the truth unless somebody like a WikiLeaks or somebody releases and leaks this information on Beyonce's internet. That's the only way I feel like we're going to see it. I do not see or even trust at this point the Trump administration saying, okay, here y'all go. Because think about it. How do you come off of saying something don't exist on a Tuesday and then by Friday saying, okay, here y'all go? You still got to stop and deal with the lie that you told on the Tuesday. So now on Friday, people are going to question the validity of the information you're now putting out there. Makes sense to me. And that's the same with Ghislaine Maxwell. People are like, yo, why didn't she leverage this for her freedom when she got locked up, however long she been locked up? Why didn't she leverage this list then? Why now? Like, make it make sense. Because that was a thought, that's what I've been wondering. I'm like, why now? Because allegedly her father, he was killed. He was supposed to have been like, I think an Israeli spy. Allegedly, Jeffrey Epstein worked for her father, which is how, they kind of got tied together. What's up, Tim? I see you in the chat. So there's a lot of things centered around this whole Epstein file. That's why I say, y'all, it's so deep. If you all didn't see the special during like when everybody was on lockdown on Netflix, go check it out. You'll see the young girls and things, being interviewed. Um, Recently, I was listening to an interview. I don't know if the interview came out recently, but one of the girls got a book out. She talked about her experience being trafficked, and a victim of Epstein at the age of 16. Um, and I think the woman's maybe around I'm 44. I think the woman's maybe around my age right now. I don't know if she might be younger. I don't know, but she was like 16 at the time, and she was like, Ghislaine was basically, the person who would handle with going out and getting the girls for him. Like that was her job, the recruiting. And so she was caught up in that. So she's like, Ghislaine need to be locked up forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. And I agree with her. I agree with her. I agree with her. So that's how she feels. Then there was one of the other young girls to where she was hit by a bus, survived that, I think. And then afterwards, allegedly, she offed herself. And that was like, I think she was living in another country at the time. I don't know, the UK, whatever. I don't know if she's from over there. But maybe back in maybe April, this woman, can't think of her name right now. You all may know who I'm talking about, but she was talking about, talking, I think putting a book out there, whatever. And next thing you know, she offed herself. Y'all know people off themselves. I don't know how long they gonna continue to do this and think that people are supposed to believe that that people are offing themselves, coming off of people, these same people talking. It's so obvious. But this is how they try to play in our faces and show us that they're still in charge and they can do what they want to do, because it's the same play over and over again. They do wrong. Somebody be a whistleblower or someone was a victim. They come out and talk. And then next you're reading in the news and the headlines that the person have offed themselves. How many times have we seen this? Like, really think about how many times have we seen this? Are people still falling for this? Let me know in the chat if you still falling for this. If you like, nah, I mean, Epstein, he was crazy. Yeah, I think he didn't want to do no time. So yeah, I think he did off himself. Now, I don't know how he broke his neck, but I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. Like, are you one of those people? Are you one of those people who thinking like that? Because bless your heart if you are. Bless your heart if you are. But I really think that, this is how the powers that be view us. They're like, they'll be all right. We'll do what we want to do like we've been doing. They'll get over it. Something else will make the news. They'll talk about something else, and that's on that. And historically, like, that is a lot of time what happens. But this time with these Epstein files, it's not happening. It is not happening. It's not happening. It's not going away like that. It's not being brushed underneath the rug, swept underneath the rug like all other things have been. It's not happening. Somebody pointed out yesterday too that a lot of these big name politicians haven't come out and made a comment on this situation. Like they said, the Obamas, Bush, like they were like, who else they said? The Clintons. They were like, why are these other elites quiet? I believe they're quiet because I personally believe that it's some of everybody in the deep state who are on the list. I don't think it's just a Trump thing. I think it's a Republican and Democrat thing. And I think non-politicians are on the list as well. I think you got doctors, lawyers, anybody who had the money to be able to play the game. You got to pay to play. Pay to play. I think if you had the money, then you can join the club. You can get in on this. And a lot of them were the politicians. And then you have your athletes, you have your actors. Like if you got the money, then you can play. So I think that the release of this list, it would just shake up the globe because of the names that would be on it. It's bigger than even it just being Trump's name. You all, Trump just holds the highest seat in the US. But I think that people would still clutch their invisible pearls with a lot of other names too. Because have any of you all seen the underground, the list that have been, there's been a list for some years circulating around who was on the flight logs. There's been a list. Clinton's name was alleged on that. I've seen like lists where you'll see Clinton's name. Who else? Bill Clinton's name. Chris. I think Chris Tucker's name. Like y'all seen the list? Y'all, am I the only one who's seen this list? Like you've seen these lists that's floating around. Like there's been y'all can drop the names. Whose names have y'all seen on the list? On the flight logs. It's the flight logs. It's all kinds of people's names. Now, I will say I've never seen President Donald J. Trump's on the list that I've seen circulating around in the past 5 years. But I've seen a list that said Bill Clinton, Chris Tucker. I'm just saying I've seen a list. So I think with this official list, people want it to be official, like government. We need you to drop this list. We need you to drop this list. So therefore, it's not quote unquote hearsay. It's like, yo, this is the list. But here's the thing, you all. This is the next part. What happens when the list is revealed? Is there an expectation for anything to happen to these people? Do y'all think that there will be arrests made for these people that are on the list? Or do you think that it'll be on some, well, their names are revealed, they'll just have to deal with the backlash from the public? Like, y'all, think about it. What's next after the list comes out? What's next? Because I ain't heard no talks or no arrests. It was just, okay, what's next? Is it just, what do you do when you see the list? What's the next move? So the list comes out. You see the names. What's the next move? What do we do? What's the next move? Because I've never heard Pam talk about any next moves following this list that's on her desk. It never went beyond that. It never went, the conversation didn't go beyond that. It's like people want to see the list. Okay, what do we do from there? What do we do from there? How many of us are aware of people who we know and other people know that are predators, and it's just information that you have? It's just like, okay, there's nothing being done. Like this happens all the time. Like people, so question I have centered around Pam Bondi, Laura Loomer, whatever her name, Laura Loom, whatever her name is. Like people like her, other people are calling for Pam Bondi to be fired. Okay. Say Pam Bondi's fired. She's gone. What the freak is next? What happens next? That now that Pam's gone, what's next? Are people looking for her replacement to come in and then say, okay, I'm going to reveal the list? Or will the replacement come in and echo what Pam said? There is no list. Like, what is next, you all? What is next after Pam is gone? Is it just like, y'all, I just don't want to see her face no more. I just can't see her face no more. I don't want to see her face no more. Are we on that type of time? Because I'm trying to understand what difference is it making with Pam still holding that seat versus nah. Because they said there's no list. So I'm like, are y'all expecting for her replacement to come in and undermine what she said or did and say, no, she was an effing lie. It is a list. Here it is. Is this what y'all expecting? Because I don't think that's going to happen. I think the administration is still going to hold to there is no list. Whether it's Pam saying it or some man replace her and say it, some other woman replace her and say it, the message is still going to be the same. So really think about it. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What's the expectation? Like, we just in our feelings and we just said, I just want her to be on Section 8. I just need for Pam to be on the soup line on Section 8, waiting on that list with everybody else, applying for the EPT card that I want them to tell us she don't qualify for because she get unemployment. Like, is this what y'all want? Because I'm like, y'all, like, what are we doing? What's the end game? What is the end game? It starts at the higher level. It starts with the president. Like, if that part isn't being impacted, then what we doing at the lower levels? What don't they always say, the saying go, it starts with the head? Like, to kill the snake, you got to cut the head off. Isn't that what they like? It starts with the head. I'm just using as an analogy on like the power. It starts at the head. So you got to deal with the head before you can impact the ones at the bottom, right? Makes sense to me. Like, what's going to change by impacting how Pam moving when the leader is still moving the way he's moving? Y'all think about this ish. Think about it. Like, it's not going to change. If he's still on the top of time he's on, whether it's Pam in that seat or somebody else, it's still going to be the same messaging, the same narrative, the same leadership. It's still the same. It's still the same. What they the saying go, the same game, different players. Same game, different players. I repeat, same game, different players. So I'm like a big picture type person. We got 96 likes. Can we get 4 more likes just to get us to 100? Thank you all for joining. Like, share, and subscribe. We're just talking about all things Trump. Trump getting that smoke right now. He's definitely seen better days. I will say that. He's definitely seen better days. And he's getting that work. He's getting that work. And I don't think that it's going to stop anytime soon. What's up, Berlana? He getting that work. Many believe rightfully so. But my thing is that karma is real. How many of you all think that a lot of what we're seeing, karma is playing a part in it? Trump been moving in a way that a lot of people just haven't really been here for. A lot of people haven't been here for how he's been moving. There's some things I've been here for and then some not. But a lot of people haven't been here for how he's been moving. In particular, like when it comes to just jobs. They're already, the Department of Education, they got that in the works. I don't know, y'all, when the school years start back, with our kids, classrooms are going to be looking like as far as with the staffing. Because the Supreme Court have basically told Trump that he has the legal right to do what he wants to do, center around the dismantlement of the Department of Education. So they're continuing on with the mission. They had a slight pause at one point, but now what they say in the words of the late Nipsey Hussle, the marathon must continue. The marathon is continuing. And so people right now, very soon, about 14,000 people are about to learn that they are not going to have jobs. People who work in the education system. The Department of Education, this is having an impact on student loans, resources that are filtered down to your states, to your local school systems. It's going to be a domino effect. So as I say, those of us who have children who are in school, I got 2 in high school, 1 in college, so I'm impacted too. There will be changes. We will all be impacted by this. Starting this fall, we will see it. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. We on here on some Lauryn Hill. It's Lauryn Hill all day. It's here, y'all. It's here. It is here. Are any of you educators? Do any of you have loved ones who are educators? Like, that time is here. People finna be on the chopping block. More people finna be at the unemployment. It's thousands of jobs that are about to be impacted, like literally overnight. I think this week already. So when the ruling came, some of these people who were still employed, that was working off of these extensions, as I guess the Supreme Court, reviewed everything. And so when the decision was made, just recalling just some information about it, because y'all know I'll be all over the place listening to different things going on. But if I am correct, if my memory serves me correct, on the 14th, it's like the people got written notices saying, like, effective end of the day today, the 14th, which was Monday, it's your last day. Roswell said, yes, my daughter's a school teacher. What are her thoughts? Is she concerned? Because I remember earlier this year when I was talking about all this, and some people want to argue and say, oh, the teachers weren't going to be impacted. I'm like, that's a bold-faced lie. The teachers were already, y'all know, everybody got a doggone, everybody, their mama, grandmama, Beyonce mama, everybody got a social media account and be out here talking. These teachers were out here talking about how they had gotten notifications that, because these teachers work off of contracts, and they had already gotten word that their contracts were not up for renewal for the next following school year. And there was a couple of people, like there was one lady, she was like literally teacher of the year and got the same notice as somebody who barely was cutting it in a job. Ain't that some ish? You teacher of the year. So coming off of your celebration just days before learning that you ain't got no job, like really think about that. You just got acknowledged for being the best of the best, the top of your game. And then hours later, some days later, I can't remember the exact timeline, but child, it was equivalent to like some hours later because I reported on it on my channel. She got notice that her contract was not going to be up for renewal for the upcoming school year. That woman was sick. She was like, you know what? I think I'm leaving teaching. I think she's like, I can't do this no more. She was like, I've worked too hard where I'm at in the school district to get to where I am, to literally leave, to go somewhere else and start over from the bottom. Basically, she would be going into a new school district, new school, where she ain't got no seniority, no clout, and got to prove herself. And she's like, I think she maybe had been doing that at the school she was at for maybe like 5 years. She was like, I can't do it anymore. I cannot do it anymore. If they still stick with, hey, I can't come back, she was like, I think I'm just going to move around and just do something else as a career. And I couldn't blame her. It's just like, it got to be sickening. Like, you all just think about just your jobs, or many of us have experienced just being laid off. And you know how hard you've worked to get to where you are, where you were. And for somebody to instantly, just with the stroke of a pen, sign on a letter that says, we no longer need or want your services. I've had that happen not once, but twice. I know the feeling. It's disheartening, especially when you put up years with a company. It does something to your mentals. It will impact you. A lot of people's lives, their identity is wrapped up in just their jobs and what they do. You got a lot of people who are just so passionate and take pride in what they do for work to where their identity is wrapped around it. And they'll literally say or feel like they're nothing without their work. Like, you got people out there like this to where it might be some of y'all where y'all like, listen, my husband is my job. My wife is my job. You don't have no relationship. You may be an empty nester or never had no kids. Your life has just been centered around getting to the bag, getting to the money. Like, that's all you got. There's a lot of people who live like that. And it ain't the way to live, but there are so many people, you all, that live that way. And those people who live that way, when they're told that they no longer have that job, those are the ones we read about in the newspaper or hear about in the news. It's those people. Those people who wrapped up their life and their identity around their work. And when they didn't have it anymore, it just kind of like how people do in relationships when their partner or somebody leaves them. They just feel like they just can't be here no more because their life, everything was wrapped around that person in that relationship. That was just their whole identity. That's how some people create their job. View their jobs. It's sad. Just like somebody wrapping their life around their family. It's sad, child. I've been married October 21 years and I'm not even there. I've been married 21 years come October 1st, and I'm not even there where, baby, I'm ready to end it all if my last name changed. I'm not, and I love my husband, but I'm just saying that my life is more, I'm more than a wife. I'm more than a mother. I'm more than a content creator. I'm more than an employee in corporate. Like, I'm more than any of this, you know? And a lot of people don't feel about themselves. So the minute that one thing just changes in their life, they just like ready to end it all. And it's very sad. It's very sad. And so right now we are in the season, we are in the chopping block season. So people this week have gotten word that the assignment has come to an end, and they're having to work through that. They're having to work through it. They're having to work through it. So we have to keep that in mind as we just see all these changes. And we're like, yeah, we don't need no this, we don't need no that. Think about the lives that will be impacted as a result of these things that arguably we no longer need. Some of you may be teachers. Somebody said their daughter is a teacher. A lot of teachers are learning right now or will learn that they will soon be without a job. Now, the question is this change for the better? Do you think the dismantlement of the Department of Education will be favorable for the American children in the public school system? Let me know. Will it be favorable? Because now the Department of Justice, instead of them handling a lot of things, back office things, they're like, yo, state, we're handing it off to you. You deal with it. You figure out where the funding go. You deal with all of that discrimination that may take place. You deal with all that. Do any of you all trust that your local state will handle it and be successful at it? Raswell said, no. Mm-mm. I'm concerned. No. I have a son who will be a senior in the fall, and I have a daughter who will be a sophomore in high school. So my children, praise God, they're on their way out. My oldest son will be a junior in college. I will soon be an empty nester child. So, but I think about these things because I know that we're at different places in our lives. Some of us still got babies that are knee high. Some of us got babies that haven't even entered into the school system yet. So it impacts us all in some type of way. Very concerned, Roxy said. And so these are the things that we will come to see. Of course, I'll be talking about them on this channel if you're interested in what I'll have to say as things unravel, as the year progresses, as President Donald J. Trump's term progresses. Like, follow me on this channel because I will talk about it. Thank you so much for the super chat, Roxy. Appreciate you. But there's a lot to be concerned about. And a lot of things, you know, I come out here and I talk about it, and they don't always impact me directly, but I know they impact many people who may come across my content. I know they just impact people in the world, in the US, Americans. So I speak from a place of just overall, not just me. And a lot of times people, how many of you see people who are guilty of, they don't have the bandwidth. They act like they just can't think beyond themselves. Like, well, it don't apply to me. It don't apply to me. So I like, really? Like, in some type of way, everything is going to apply to you. Let's just say, even with the whole illegal immigration, you may not be an illegal immigrant or have loved ones or friends that you know of that are illegal immigrants, but you will be impacted by it because we all feel it when there's shifts in the workplace, when there's shifts in the school systems, when it comes to the classroom sizes, um, the job opportunities, we feel these things. So we're impacted by it. You're impacted by it. So don't be on some, well, it don't impact me. I ain't no illegal immigrant. Player. Player. Oh, it's going to impact you the next time you show up to said business or you got a contract on a house and they tell you, yeah, I told you August 31st to close it. You know, you will be able to close. But listen, child, we ain't got no workers. So, yeah, it was supposed to be about 90 days for this build. But, yeah, we going to have to extend it out for another 45 days. Let's just do 45. We going to do 45. 45 days come. Yeah, child, it's been tough. You've been watching the news. Jorge ain't been to work. Alex ain't been to work. Like you been watching. Don't act like you don't know why we ain't got nobody here building your house. Don't we not finna do that? You know why we ain't got nobody here building a house. I need for you to read the room. I'm using the examples of how just the movement with this things such as even immigration, how it impacts us all in some type of way. It impacts us. Bromlena says not all of them were criminals. No, not all legal immigrants are criminals. I think most people in any group are not criminals. You're gonna have your bad eggs in all groups, but I do not believe that most of the legal immigrants are criminals. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. Um, we have a good amount of criminals of all groups here, but nothing is all, you all. So that's what I be talking about. With people got to be able to kind of think broader than just get out your box. Like y'all, we have to get out the box. That being said, happy hump day. I have arrived. If you haven't figured it out, y'all know when I make it to the parking garage. Y'all know I have arrived. Welcome, y'all. Like the video, share, subscribe. Welcome. My name is Chic. If any of you are new to my channel, my name is Chic. I do content on this channel on politics. I voted for Trump. I support some of the stuff he do, not all the stuff he do. So I'll talk about things that I support, things that I don't. And my background is clinical mental health counseling. So sometimes I'll insert things centered around mental health because everything that we experience in life is going to have some type of impact on us in some type of way. And it's important that we take care of our mental health, because when this breaks down, the rest of our body breaks down. So we got to keep this strong. You got to keep this strong. We have to figure out what it will take to keep this strong. Homework for today. What can you do to improve on your mental health? What you like to do? You like to exercise? You like to go walk? You like to talk to your mama? Or does she stress you out and raise your blood pressure? Lord Jesus. So figure it out. Do more of that, because we are in some times right now to where, listen, we gotta make sure our mental health is good, because it's so much that's taking place out here in this world, y'all. It be a lot. I'm like, damn, like you said, what didn't happen at the Beyonce concert? She done got robbed. Lord Jesus, I can't take it. All right, then. You said the people that got trampled on at the MARTA station coming from the Beyonce concert last night, coming down the escalator, and the lady done broke her leg, and you said she got to have surgery. Lord Jesus, I can't take it. It's too much. It's too much. Y'all, this is how I be feeling when I hear the news, because I do my commentary centered around the news, and it's a lot. It be a lot. It even be a lot for me. I be like, you know what? You know, you know what? It's a lot. So my thing, I like to walk. So sometimes it's too much, bro. It's too much. I'll do walk and talks. It's been so freaking hot here in Georgia, like in the 90s consistently, even at 7:30 at night. So I haven't done a walk and talk in like probably weeks. So I've been doing content just stationary, at home in my office or in my car, but tap in, still same quality. But yeah, y'all, I try to stay tapped in, move around, see what's going on out here in these streets, in the political streets, in the entertainment streets. And I come out here and I share the information with you all. And just like we get into some things, And I appreciate each and every one of you for you all coming through. Just watching the content is enough for me. You can show support in any kind of way. Liking the video, subscribing, sharing the content, watching the content, um, providing a super chat. So let me add this. I need to add this. I forgot to add this. You all, I get crazy number of people most of the time that come through my chats on my lives. It be in the thousands. So with that being said, it's not possible for me. Hey, Purple One, thank you so much. You're awesome too. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. J. It's not possible for me to see all the comments, but if you got a comment and you're like, yo, I really want to get my message through, I want her to see my comment, send a super chat as little as $2 because it shows up in color. Like I had this super chat from, it won't let me click on it to see the person's name who sent it. But I read it. I was able to kind of see it because it came up kind of big while I was driving. So it wasn't nothing that kind of put my life and everybody else's life at risk with me seeing it. But it shows up in color and it pops. So that's what happens with the super chat. For me or any of your favorite content creators, the color, it pops. So it stands out. So if you do ever have anything, because sometimes people be like, she doesn't answer comment. It's not that. It's just that, child, I got so many comments coming through. I just didn't see yours. And then I'm trying to do the commentary. So, I'll be trying to walk and chew gum at the same time. And a lot of times, more often, I'm doing more talking. But when I am stationary and I'm not mobile driving, I will get into the comments more. So if you're new to my channel, I will like get through the comments. That's really what I got known for as a content creator. Like there was a point, believe it or not, my channel was small enough for me to literally go through all the comments. Them days are long gone, child. I can't. It's not possible anymore for me. We're growing. We're growing like my hair is growing. We're growing. So I can't do that anymore. So you can show support through the super chat. It's going to come up in green. You can also become a member of the channel. My channel actually have memberships. I don't really talk about it a lot, but you can become a member of my channel. I got the Temu prices, $2.99. My Temu price $2.99. It's just one tier. And yeah, you'll be a political honor student. So your name will come up in color as well, priority. So these are just some little ways to pop out. If you want to be on your Kendrick Lamar and pop out on them, if you want to pop out, these are some ways that you can pop out and I can kind of see your comment. Otherwise, I do the best I can with trying to get through. Thank you so much, Dr. J. She shared my Cash App, $Speak50. So many ways to show love. Thank you for sharing information on my super stickers. Just one tier. We got the Temu prices, $2.99, $2.99, just $2.99. And basically the main perk of that is just, you just priority. Because it can get busy, y'all. I heard my mod yesterday was like, Chic, oh my God, it was so busy in the chat yesterday. I had to have like gotten rid of like at least 500 crazy people, crazy comments in the chat. People thought I was a bot because of how fast I was getting rid of the comments. She was like, my thumb was hurting. So that's my super mod. She had to take the day off today, but my other mod, Dr. J, is holding it down. I have awesome mods, Dr. J, Riza Muhammad, Virtuous Woman, and Just Say When. I have 4 awesome mods. So y'all show my mods some love. Listen, we welcome everyone. It's just about being respectful. We just want you to be respectful. Talk your talk, but respectfully. Respectfully. We all have opinions, and I'm here to for everyone's opinion, just respectfully. That's what it's about. So, but on that note, you all, it's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Go out into the world, show up in a way in which you want others to show up for you. Like attracts like. Take care of yourselves and one another. Heavy on the taking care of yourself. Remember the assignment for today. Tim, what's up, Tim? Tim's always in here. Tim be acting like he got some sense. It's real simple over here. Act like you got some sense. So we love Tim over here. And everybody, y'all don't be agreeing with the hell I got to say. I got Eric that be in here. Listen, we go at it, but these are my riders. They come and they support, and that's what it's about. It's not about agreeing, because I don't want to walk with nobody who in agreement with me. Listen, it's about having dialogue. I like to talk. I like to talk. I want to kind of go back and forth. What we talking about? What you got to say? Well, you got to hear what I got to say. So that's the type of time I be on, y'all. I love people. If you can't tell, I'm a people person. I'm a communicator. Hence why I went into the mental health. I like to help people. So I come on my channel and I do what I do. This is my way to serve. I choose to serve through content creation and just moving about in these streets versus setting up shop, you paying me a retainer or whatever to pay me an hour to listen to whatever you got going on, your struggles. That's not how I use to provide counsel. But based off of my education, that is what I can do. I can be a psychologist, a therapist, counselor, whatever you want to call it. Your girl got the master's degree to support all of that. But I choose to be here with you all on the internet. So I thank you so much for those of you who tap in. And if you've just found me, welcome. Yesterday was an awesome, y'all, we hit a record number yesterday. I had over 1,000 people at once viewing the content, so that was a record for me. Thank you. It was, child, over 30,000 well, over 30,000 people who saw the content yesterday, so I'm very, very appreciative. But I understand that basically it's just about um, talking about what has people's attention. Talking about what has people's attention, like this, Epstein files has people attention. President Donald Trump has people's attention. Pam Bondi has people attention. You all, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Rascal says, I watch her and I didn't vote for Trump. Listen, we welcome everybody. I'm not even a Republican. I know I got a red dress on in my picture. But y'all, I'm like, we be calling independent conservative. Listen, I don't subscribe to nobody. I subscribe to what you talking about. What you talking about, Willis? Like, what type of time you on? What is your message? What you trying to do for me and mine? Like, I'm looking at that. So that's kind of where my votes are centered at. So it's not on like what color you wearing today. You got blue, you blood, you crip. Like, it's not on that type of time. It's not independent conservative. Yes, listen, yours truly. So I welcome all. And I think like my following is all. Cause child, one day I'll be talking about Trump. Hell, he done to piss me off. And then the next, I'll be talking about how we're winning, Trump getting this together. So people will be confused, like, wait a minute, now what type of time she on over here? To sum it up, you all, I'm on the time of truth. I'm on the time of just what's going to take care of the American people, what's best for the American people. I'm on the time of what's about to have people having jobs. What's going to have people getting off these streets. What's going to have people having food on the table. I'm on that type of time. So if anybody want to know what kind of time she on, that's the type of time. I'm on a human time, the human experience, the regular, degular, everyday people experience. I'm on that type of time. I'm on that type of time. I am team regular degular. Team regular degular. And that's going to be the non-elites. So this is what I do. I come out here and I'm a voice for people who identify with any of that. So on that note, I thank each and every one of you. Dr. J says Chic is on the road to 5K. Let's help her get there. Yes, we had over 100 new subscribers yesterday from the live. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. We're growing. Like my hair. We're growing. We're growing. Listen, we're growing. I'm drinking my water. Staying hydrated. We're growing. And I thank you all. Thank you, Dr. J. Dr. J, drop your link. Dr. J, she covers content, talks about things centered around education. Like I said, the department, the DOJ, they about to, they sending out notices with the you are fired, you are fired, you are fired. People are getting their notices. So Dr. J does content centered around different things, but she talks about the Department of Education and all things education, amongst some other things over there. But she's on road to 2,000 subscribers. So definitely, Dr. J, drop your link so people can subscribe to your channel. You said, oh, and I'm waiting for it. Yes. So drop your link, Dr. J, please. You all follow Dr. J, road to 2,000 for her. She's my awesome moderator. Love, love, love her. History, like education, like that's been all she knows, her career. education, 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 education. So that's her lane. With me, education is just something that I'll touch on amongst other things, So it's more broad over here with my talking points. But that's what we do over here. We on the political type tip. So follow me, Chic Speaks on it. Follow me also on my second channel, Chic Speaks, for just reacting to just the shenanigans. Thank you, Dr. J, for that. She dropped her link. Please subscribe to Dr. J's channel. Support my mod. Check out her content. She got a little bit, just a variety of things going on over there. Road to 2,000 subscribers over there. She's growing. She's growing. She's growing quickly like I am. Listen, she's just, we're growing. We're growing together. And that's what it's about. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, you all. I don't know when I'm going to be live. So I go live, do my car chronicles. I go live do my car chronicles on Tuesdays and Wednesdays like this, if you want to tap in. Other days I'll just kind of go live. Random. It's real random. This Tuesdays and Wednesdays is kind of like my early morning like this, but other days, it could just, I don't know, just subscribe so you can get the notification. Cause I ain't got no set time over here. Maybe listen, child, I just be trying to live. I just be trying to live over here like y'all. I just happen to do content on the internet. So on that note, let me let y'all go. I can be here talk. What's up, Rizza? He said, I have been here listening. I couldn't send a message. I was driving, just getting off. Great show as usual. Hey, Dr. J. Y'all see my awesome mod say hello to Rizza. Thank you so much. That's my awesome moderator. Thank you, you all. I know it was busy yesterday. Um, I'm appreciative of you all, the way you hold me down and support me and hold down the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. And on that note, you all have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Peace.